focus on certain videos. Okay, in that video you will see what are the products that are available in the market, and we're going to showcase some of the live projects that we have developed in various tech fields. So I'm sharing my screen with you. I hope it's visible.
Yes, that's visible.
Yes, thank you. So this will be our agenda. We'll be talking about the prominent technologies in 2021. What are the key components of smart city project? How technologies can create a smart city? The case studies, what are the case studies? And more importantly, we'll be talking about the challenges and opportunity in the field. Because you can see Make in India product, Digital India, these vision has created a boom in the electronic sectors, and there will be a various product that we're going to see in the upcoming time. So we are starting with the presentation. The first thing is the prominent and emerging technology in 2021. So the first is Internet of Things. Now, right now, if you guys are aware, like more than 8 billion devices are connected to each other. When we say Internet of Things, it is like a machine talking to another machine without human interference. So this is an IoT. So to create an IoT, we need a node with some hardwares. We need a wireless technology which will going to transfer the data, and we need server as well as mobile applications so that user interface can be created. Apart from IoT, 5G is already, you can say Jio and Airtel are ready with the 5G. So the second will be the 5G, and you're going to listen to a new word which is NB-IoT. Okay, so as you can see on my screen, NB-IoT, it's a narrowband IoT. Right now, you all must have heard of Zigbee, Z-Wave, Wi-Fi. Now, in the upcoming time, in less than 1 year, you will going to heard the NB-IoT, and this is a wireless technology which will going to connect each and every device. Apart from that, computing, whether cloud computing or quantum computing, these are the two technology which will be available in the market. Robotic process automation and AI, artificial intelligence and machine learning. So when we say IoT, so the role of IoT is to make the thing automated, and the data can be, you can say, we can utilize the data and we can create some algorithm in order to detect how we can optimize the data or the technology using AI and machine learning algorithms. So this is the complete, you can say, in one picture you will going to understand what is IoT, how it becomes a smart technology. So first step towards IoT is the data generator. Okay, so in what is required in you can say data generator is first is the microcontroller or microprocessor. Okay, which will going to compute the data, which will going to check, which will going to capture the data from sensors, actuators, and various, you can say, actuators. The third and most important part of this data generator is the wireless technology that will going to include 4G is one thing, LoRa, Z-Wave, Wi-Fi, BLE, Bluetooth. Okay, so there are various wireless technology that are available. So role of microcontroller is to capture the data and to transfer the data using various wireless technology. Just one update here, like now BLE 5.0 is now launched. So right now what we used to do, we used to transfer data via Bluetooth from point to point. It was point to point communication. From one device we can transfer to another device, so there was a single channel. But with the introduction towards BLE 5.0, now you can transfer data to multiple Bluetooth. So one to many points is now available in BLE 5.0. Okay, the second is cloud services. So now this is very important when we say like here we have to take care of the hardware, the software, each and everything in order to create a world-class node data generator. It's equivalent term. The second is cloud services. Now we have to transfer the data to the cloud. In the upcoming slide, I'm going to showcase what sort of clouds that are available in the market that we can use in IoT product deployment. Okay, so it is used for data science algorithm, business algorithm, powerful logistics and analytics. Here, I will give you one example. Suppose you have deployed a product called Smart Home. Okay, and you want to know because of which device my electricity bill is high. Okay, there you might be using AC, geysers, okay, tube light, micro ovens, various electrical and heavy appliances you must be using in home. But you want to know because of which appliance my electricity bill is high. So you can use some data science algorithm in order to detect how to reduce your electricity bill. This is one example. The third is the mobile application, or you can say web app. The role of mobile application is to provide user interface, okay, so that you can control and monitor your IoT nodes. Okay, so this is one complete one picture architecture, how the things is connected to each other. Okay, so node, or you can say data generator, is connected to cloud, cloud is connected to mobile phone, and these all things are interconnected. Okay, now the various smart cities. Okay, so you all must have heard, like in India there is a smart city project in various states, UTs. Okay, so there are various competition that are going on. So in smart city, these are the six, you can say six key components. Okay, one is smart living, smart environment, smart mobility, smart economy, smart governance, and smart people. Okay, so what are these factors, and how, with the help of Internet of Things and various technology, how we can make our life easy for living? Okay, for example, if we talk about smart environment. Okay, in smart environment, what are the key factors? One is pollution, green building, and renewable energy. Okay, so how we can reduce the pollution or carbon footprints come under the pollution part. Okay, so you must have seen now there are air filters that are available in many states and UTs in order to reduce the pollution. Okay, and when you talk about renewable energy, nowadays green energy is a focus, and various companies are fighting for to deploy green energy via solar panels or windmills. Okay, so these are the, you can say, the right now the trending and the most required technology that is being needed. The smart mobility. Here I'll give you the example of traffic. What happens in Japan? Okay, suppose there are 4 lanes from 4 different directions. Okay, and you have to control the traffic. Nowadays, what happens in India? There is a particular time given to each lane, like 60 seconds, 60 seconds to each lane. But in Japan, there is a technology which is also deployed in Thailand. So what they do, suppose in one lane there is a heavy traffic, so more time will be given to that lane compared to the other lane. Okay, so that the traffic can be reduced and mobility can be increased. So this is done using sensors, okay, IoT sensors, wireless technology, and this happens in real time. Now what will happen if one lane is having heavy traffic, they will be allowed to move for 180 seconds. So this is how we can reduce the traffic. Okay, in smart living, I've already given one example. Electricity is one of the good example that the smart home automation is one of the good example that we are seeing. Housing sector, now the 3D printer technology is at the peak. Okay, and recently in the morning I have read one news, like in Amsterdam they have created a 3D printer bridge. Okay, so this is what is required when we talk about the technology. We have to reduce the gap, which we're going to discuss in the coming slide. So in housing, China has created 3D printed home. Similarly, Amsterdam has created a 3D printer bridge. So smart cities will be in action these ways. Okay, so in smart people, we're going to discuss about the healthcare, which is a key focus nowadays. Okay, so a world with Internet of Things. So let us understand IoT with a video. Okay, now I'll showcase one video to you all. In that video, you all will going to see how things are connected, what are the technologies that are available, how smart home, smart parking, as well as healthcare sectors, or you can say delivery factors, you can say the logistics sector, how it can be improvised. Okay, so just have a look on this video. So this is one video by Telit. So they have showcased how things will be connected. Whether this audio video both are audio is audible and video is audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. So I'm playing this video. I hope this video will really going to help you to connect each and everything. Okay, just have a look. So you can see GSM GPRS technology is used to transfer the data. Okay, and there is a cloud which transfers the data over the cloud. So GSM helps to capture the data and transfer it to the server. So this is one video that really help us to connect what sort of things that are going on in the market. In the last, you must have seen the drone is transferring one material from one place to another. And recently, Zomato and Swiggy both has acquired one company which will going to deliver the food via drone. So let us see how it goes. But recently, they have acquired the two firms. Okay, so I hope IoT connecting things, how sensors, what are the technologies is cleared with the help of video. We're going to have more interactive videos in the coming slides. So let's get started to understand the Internet of Things is impacting the healthcares. Okay, so just yeah. So one term is called Internet of Things. There is one more term which is known as IOMT, which is the full form of IOMT is Internet of Medical Things. So whenever we are dealing with medical items, okay, so we call it as medical things. What happens when we say medical things? So here, each device is connected in order to provide the data. I'll showcase one in this Internet of Things. I'll going to showcase one, you can say, project that we have done and how we are capturing the data from the sensors and transferring it to the server. So basically, idea of Internet of Medical Thing is to make technology, especially medical technology, in you can say in remote areas. Right now in remote areas, there are not so much good facilities that are available as compared to the metro cities. So idea is to make the internet of medical things reliable. And like for example, I'll give you one example. There is a device that we have created, and that device captures the data of hemoglobin, blood glucose, BP, or IR thermometer, various other medical tests, and those data are transferred to the server. Now what will happen? Those data, with the help of those data, you can give prescription from any location. Okay, suppose I'm sitting in Delhi, I have the complete data, I can prescribe the medicines to a patient. Okay, so this helps to, you can say, connecting medical things with sensor, going to create a world-class ecosystem in medical industry. Even if you say there are various companies and the market is huge when we enter into the internet of medical things. Okay, so some examples. So this is one capsule. As you can see, this is a very small capsule and it is integrated with various sensors. Okay, it is known as smart pill. Okay, what it does is whenever we consume this pill, it records the data. Okay, and it is you could say it is also certified, FDA certified capsule. It is integrated with sensors and one wireless technology which transfer the data to a device. Okay, so the role of this capsule is to measure the core body temperature. Right now we are aware of the body temperature that we use using thermometer, and now what we can do, we can consume this capsule, okay, and we can get the core body temperature, and it transfers the data at frequency 262 kilohertz or 300 kilohertz. Okay, and accuracy is really high. It's plus minus 0.1 degrees Celsius. Okay, so this is a single time use capsule and you can get the data. You can see temperature sensing crystal is available, outer silicon coating is there. Okay, PCBs, mini PCBs are there, silicon batteries there. So these is one time and you can get the data using the technology. Okay, so this is one IOMT that is example that are available and is known as smart.
It doesn't affect our digestive system, sir?
No, it doesn't affect your digestive system. It will be flushed out. Hello?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sure. The second, the case two, monitoring vital parameter. This is what I was talking about. So right now what happens is you must be aware of Fitbit. Okay, so there are various bands that are available. Fitbit band is there and many health band is there. So what it does is it track your movements and your health on real time basis. One good example which just happened in 2 weeks back in US, there is an Apple Watch. In the latest Apple Watch, there is an ECG. Okay, so there is an ECG in the latest Apple Watch. What happened? A person got heart attack in when he was sitting in home. So he got a heart attack, and automatically that Apple Watch detected that the person is suffering from heart attack, and it called the 911 emergency services. So his life got saved because immediately it triggered to 911, which is a service in emergency service in US, and the ambulance was available on time. So this is one very good example, and similar products are available in the market. So the role is to capture the data, use best sensors, the cloud infrastructure, so that there is less latency, or you can say low latency, or a very less delay. Okay, so this is another example. And the third example is this robot. So this is a combination of IoT, AI, and robotics. So if you right now search the robot in Fortis Hospital, Bangalore. So this robot was deployed last year. Okay, so the role of this robot is to save the health workers, doctors from coronavirus. So what happens is this robot is present at the entrance of this Fortis Hospital, and you have to first get scanned by this robot in order to enter into the hospital. Okay, so that health workers and doctors' lives can be saved from you can say infection, coronavirus infection. So this robot, consists of thermal cameras. Okay, it scans your body, because the first you can say the fever, cold, and cough are the three symptoms you can say for coronavirus. So using thermal camera, you can detect the body temperature. Okay, and it is also using microphones. Okay, so whenever there is on, you can say the registration is going on. So whenever you speak anything, so this robot will detect you whether you're suffering from cold or cough. Okay. If you are suffering from cold and cough and fever, then special arrangement will be made in order to make you enter in the hospital. If you are safe, then you can enter in the hospital directly. So this is one more case study that is available in Fortis Hospital, Bangalore. Okay, you can search it maybe after anytime. Now, most important part that why the most of the product fails. Okay, the first is the challenges. Okay, you have to understand the gap. Why I'm saying the understand the gap? Because see, creating a product is one thing, but whether your product is helping the industry or consumer in a better way. Because if you're creating a product and that is not useful, then you're going to lose your time, your money, and business. So you have to understand the pain point, or you can say a real time case study that this product will really going to resolve certain problem. So this is first thing that you have to monitor. Okay, like if I give you one example, if we go 10 years back, what you used to do when Uber and Ola were not there. So what we used to do, we used to book a cab 2 to 3 days before in order to move from one location to another. Now with the help of Uber and Ola, you can book a cab at any time at any location. Okay, similarly Zomato app is there. In Zomato app you can order, okay, from any place, from any location at any time. So what they have done, they have reduced the cab. In similar way, there are various IoT products like smart home product is there, smart healthcare product is there. So whenever you are planning to develop a product, you have to make sure that this product will be used in the industry by the consumer, because at the end they are the audience is your you can say target if you are creating a product. Okay, so this is the first step that you have to take care of. Next is the skill set, which is very, very important. Okay, so when we say about the skill set, what that means is you should have the diverse team members. Like for example, if we are talking about the IoT startup, like suppose we have to open the IoT startup, we need engineers for hardware design engineers, firmware developers, wireless expert, and industrial designer. Definitely this must be in your core team in order to develop a IoT product. Okay, hardware engineer will going to you can say develop a PCB, compact PCB. Firmware developer will create a code. Wireless expert will going to describe which wireless technology needs to be created. And lastly, the industrial designer who will going to design the overall box, or you can say casing. So this is very important. Okay, when we talk about the second challenge, that is a skill set. Okay, the third, which you all must have learned in the previous session, as indicated by Mr. Weber, like you were discussing about the data security and privacy. So this is very important when we say the next challenge, because there are 8 billion devices so far, and most of them lacks in data protocol and standard. They are not following the data protocols and standards. What happens is you will go into the cyber criminals will going to hack your IoT devices, whether you talk about smart home, whether you talk about healthcare sector, they'll definitely going to impact if you're not following the data protocols, if you're not following the proper standards. Okay, recently what happens is there was a data leak from Domino's, so there was a data leak from Air India, there was a data leak from various you can say sectors, and the reason is credit card frauds that we have seen with many like you can say users. In medical sector, what they do is cyber criminals, if you are not following, they're going to hack into the system. They will create a fake ID in order to buy any medicine or drug and medical equipment, which they can sell later at higher prices. Okay, so you have to take care of the data protocol that is being used at device level as well as at the server level. Okay, this is very, very important. So like there are various encryption that you must have heard of, AES 256-bit. Okay, so in similar way, there are various cryptographic libraries that are available which needs to be followed. Okay. So now one IOMT video. Okay, Internet of Medical Things, how Internet of Medical Things can save a life. Okay, so in this video you will see how how you can save a health of a person, or you can save a life of a person. So how the technology can really help in building a smart ecosystem. So in this video there are two parts. One part is when we are not using the technology, and we will not be able to save a life, and when we are using the technology in order to save the life. So this is a video by Fujitsu. I'll just showcase that video, and you will get to know what is actually, just a second. So is my screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
So I'm playing this video. You will see there are two parts of this video. One, if you are not using the technology. Another one, how if you're using the technology.
The Internet of Things promises huge new opportunities in business and society. In this video, we show how by connecting things like wearables, smartphones, cloud software, and physical sensors using Fujitsu's Run My Process, we can have a huge impact on the quality of care received by a critically injured cyclist. A cyclist has had an accident and sustained a serious head injury. Treatment is required as quickly as possible. Let's see what might happen today. It is several minutes until a car passes and the driver calls for an ambulance. The ambulance is dispatched. Due to unclear location information from the caller, the ambulance cannot find the location of the incident, wasting precious minutes. Paramedics stabilize the patient and the ambulance starts the journey back to them.
So first is like when they were not aware what is the exact location, so they have to find out the location.
Hospital. The paramedics do as much work on the patient as possible without access to medical records. With time of the essence, the ambulance gets caught up in a traffic jam, causing delays and losing valuable time. After finally arriving at the hospital, paramedics discover that there are no staff available. The patient has to remain on a trolley until doctors become free, losing even more time. In this scenario, with all of the delays and lack of information, the outlook for the patient is not good. At Fujitsu, our vision is for a human-centric intelligent society. What does this mean, and how could it have helped this cyclist? By combining the connectivity of the web with the power of cloud computing, we can integrate infrastructure, information, and people to deliver human-centric systems. In this scenario, Fujitsu Run My Process is used to integrate sensors, information systems, and people in order to transform the end-to-end emergency response. HOP Ubiquitous provides Bluetooth smart sensors with IP version 6, COAP, and OMA capabilities. These sensors collect a combination of acceleration, cycling cadence, and heart rate data from both the cyclist and the bicycle. The cyclist's smartwatch correlates this data and detects that a serious accident has taken place. In a split second, it uploads it, along with GPS location and the cyclist's key medical information, to the Fujitsu Run My Process cloud platform. The platform first raises an alert to the 112 service using the recent EENA standard for emergency services. The control center recognizes the severity of the incident and dispatches the closest ambulance. Next, the platform verifies live traffic status using sensor data from the Smart City Operations Center and calculates the quickest route to the accident. The cyclist's location and the optimum route calculated using traffic data are pushed to the ambulance. The estimated time of arrival for the ambulance is sent back to the smartwatch. Immediate notification of the accident coupled with a precise location and optimum routing means that the ambulance reaches the cyclist several minutes earlier. The ambulance heads towards the hospital. Using the recent EPSOS standard, the platform requests the cyclist's medical records from the hospital and pushes them, along with the accident information from the sensors, to the paramedic in the ambulance. Through connectivity, the paramedic is able to optimize treatment en route, while also keeping the hospital updated in preparation for arrival. With every second counting, traffic congestion suddenly breaks out ahead of them. But before they hit it, the Smart City Operations Center notifies the Fujitsu Run My Process platform. The platform in turn contacts the 112 service and finds the best alternative hospital with available staff. This hospital is further away, but it is now the quickest route to treatment. When the team arrives, staff know the full extent of the cyclist's injuries and his medical history, and they spring into action. These technologies are not futuristic, they exist today, but it is through connecting them together that vital minutes can be saved, and the life of the cyclist. Human-centric innovation connects people
So I hope in this video, the point is very clear. So whenever you are planning to create a product, make sure that is required by the audience. Okay. Otherwise, you will going to lose both the things, time as well as business. Okay. So now, so far what we have done, we have learned about, you can see the Internet of Things, what product that are available in the market, what are the wireless technology, what is the architecture. Okay, now the other aspect of IoT is like how we can utilize the data and what are the cloud infrastructure that are available. So in the upcoming slide, we're going to discuss about AI and ML algorithms, and AI and ML, brief introduction about AI and ML, and the cloud infrastructure. So let's get started. So any doubt till now? Anyone?
Sir,
Yes.
the earlier device developed by Fujitsu, is it economical, sir?
Yes, yes, these are the devices is very economical. Okay, even if you see the Fitbit band, it ranges between 2,000 to 4,000 of cost. In similar way, you can create a smart band. Okay, connected to Wi-Fi or any other wireless technology. And in upcoming time, you will going to heard a new technology which is known as NB-IoT, which will really going to speed up the process in transferring the data. Right now, there is a LoRa technology. You must have heard of the technology called LoRa.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So right now in 22 states, LoRa technology is available in order to transfer the data. Now you're going to listen you can say NB-IoT technology. So you can use this technology in order to transfer the data from one location to another, and it is very economical.
Right, sir.
Okay. So now we're going to discuss about a little bit about AI and ML, what sort of products that are available, and the combination of IoT and AI what sort of products that we can create using IoT, embedded system, and AI. Okay, so there is always a confusion. What is AI? Okay, so you need to understand the AI is a superset. Okay, so there is always a confusion. What is artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning? So the artificial intelligence is a superset of machine learning and deep learning. So when we say AI-driven product, so it is developed with the help of machine learning and deep learning algorithms. Then we say yes, this is an AI product. Okay, so AI is a superset of machine learning and deep learning. So this is the first hierarchy. The second is artificial intelligence. What is exactly an artificial intelligence? So we say when a computer performs the task similar to a human. Okay, so it's an artificial intelligence created in machines, robots, and various you can say systems. So it gives the human intelligence such as visual perception, speech recognition, decision making, and translation between the languages. Right now, Sophia, the robot, is the high-end robot present in the market. Okay, that is a humanoid, and you can search Sophia the robot, and this is the most advanced robot that are available. This robot gives interview, can take decisions, can translate between the languages. Okay, can give the interviews, each and everything. So the robot is trained with very high, you can say, machine learning algorithms and very good architecture of hardware. Earlier there was Honda Asimo. Now the Sophia is the most, you can say, advanced robot available. So in brief, AI is something which gives the human intelligence in a machine, such as visual perception, speech recognition, decision making, and translation between the languages. The next is machine learning. So machine learning is a subset of AI, and we use various algorithms in order to predict you can say a case, or you can say we use machine learning in predicting the disease. In coronavirus, you must have seen there was a case study in Lucknow. Using X-rays, they were able to detect the coronavirus. Okay, so that is because of the machine learning algorithm. So machine learning is used to predict anything. Okay, so in order to analyze anything. So there we use machine learning. So one of the example is recommendation system. Okay, in recommendation system is a machine learning, you can say, algorithm, which is used in Netflix, Amazon Prime, YouTube, and various online platforms. Okay, so how this algorithm works is in YouTube. Suppose YouTube will come to the later. In Netflix, whenever you watch any, you can say, action movie, Okay, so Netflix will going to recommend you another action movie. That this is because of machine learning, because they are able to detect your interest. You are interested in action movies, so they will going to recommend you the action movies. Okay, they will not going to recommend you comic movie, drama movie, and romantic movies. They will not going to recommend you. They will going to recommend you action movies. And in similar way, whenever you watch any video on YouTube, suppose you're learning about wireless technologies, so you must have seen on the right hand side of the YouTube, they recommends you to watch this video because it is related to your interest. Okay, it is related to your history that you have watched. So these platforms recognize your interest and they recommend you based on your search history as well as based on your videos that you are viewing. Okay, so this is the live thing that is going on, and similar way you can see in the YouTube itself. So one question from the audience. Okay, everyone, there is one question that I want to ask each one of you. Suppose I'm the new user, okay, on Netflix or Amazon or YouTube. Okay, I'll repeat. Suppose I'm the new user, I'm logging on Netflix, Amazon Prime, and YouTube for the first time. So what these platform will going to recommend me, because they don't have my data as of now. I'm the new user. So what they will going to recommend me?
Popular videos, sir.
Yes, one popular videos. Okay, another one. And any other answers?
Because you have to log in with Gmail account, so they have some background information about from the Gmail.
Right now, it's dependent. It depends on you, because they ask you to use your Gmail data. If you reject, so they will not going to use your Gmail data.
Okay.
Anyone? Any other answer? Okay, I will give you some more examples. Like one answer is the popularity, which is given by one candidate. Okay, so popularity is one thing which is most trending. Will going to recommend, they will going to recommend you. The second is based on your geolocation. Okay, suppose I'm in you can say I'm in Karnataka, so they will going to recommend me the latest thing that is being launched in Karnataka. Okay, another is most watched or viewed video. They're going to recommend me those videos. The fourth one is based on my profile. Suppose I'm having an age of 67, 68, or you can say above 60. So they will not going to recommend me the latest Bollywood thing or the latest Hollywood movies. So they will going to recommend me some old movies, because that will be my interest. I might not be interested in these latest movie, what is going on, because they might be not, I might not be very enthusiastic of watching latest video, but I will be very interested in watching the old videos. Okay, so this is the fourth one. Another one is profile mapping. Okay, what is profile mapping? Suppose whenever you log in into the Amazon, so you can see they ask your interest, whether you're interested in English movie, Hindi movie, or you are interested, or whether you are interested in some particular action genre. Okay, so they will going to map your profile with another profile with same interest, and they will going to recommend you certain videos or movies accordingly. Okay, so this is about the recommendation system. That is the algorithms that are used in various online platforms, and they take the data from the electronic device. Okay, suppose if there is no electronics, it is impossible to generate the data, because mobile phone is one example of generating data. The Internet of Things, the devices used in Internet of Things, they generate a very heavy data. Okay, so without data, algorithms cannot be trained. Okay, so you need the data in any form. The third is deep learning. So these are the very complex algorithms, and it works similar to how our human brain works. Okay, so it works with the help of neuron. Okay, so where we use deep learning, we use in object detection, speech recognition, language translation, and very, you can say, a complex activity that needs to be performed. One good example is self-driving cars. So these cars, in order to make it automated, so some complex algorithm with high accuracy needs to be you can integrate it. Okay, so self-driving car is one thing, and it works similar to how your human brain works with the help of neurons. So it consists of millions of neurons, you can say thousands of millions of neurons, which works similar to a human brain. Okay. So just to give you an overview, what are the techniques in deep learning? One is convolution neural network and one is recurrent neural network. When we are dealing with images, so we use convolution neural network. And when we are dealing with time series data like Alexa, Siri, then we use recurrent neural network. And this is how the network look like. This is the input, this is the output, and these are the hidden layers. Okay, this is deep learning. And when we say machine learning, in machine learning, we just have input and output. We don't have these two hidden layers. Okay, so input and output are the part of machine learning. And when we say hidden layers, that these hidden layers optimize your output in order to give you high accuracy. That's why deep learning is very accurate compared to machine learning algorithms, because it optimizes your output again and again in order to give you the final output. Okay, so this is a typical neural network. One, you can see self-driving car, everyone must have seen. So this is a self-driving car. Okay, just a video for 45 seconds. So right now, what we are doing, we are booking Ola and Uber via manual process, and there is a driver. So in Baidu is one of the you all must be aware. One is Google, one is Baidu. So Baidu is the search engine in China. Okay, so they have created a driverless taxi. Okay, which will going to take you from one location to another. So just have a look on this video. So you just have seen one example. You just have seen one example, which is a driverless taxi. Okay. So now what I'll do, I'll going to represent the next component of Internet of Things, or you can say the cloud computing. Okay. Everyone must have heard of cloud computing. So why it is more important? So just to give you the brief, what we have discussed so far, we have discussed about the component of Internet of Things. Okay, in Internet of Things, we need the devices, okay, nodes. The second is the cloud, the wireless technology. So we are discussing about the cloud and the algorithms that we have discussed right now to run and predict anything. So now we are discussing about cloud computing. There are 3-4 slides of cloud computing, and the 3-4 slides, I can assure you, will going to clear the picture of what is cloud computing. Okay, what are the architecture, not exactly architecture, how we can use the cloud computing in the product. Okay, and when we talk about the data security, what are the security components that are available in the market. Okay, so the need of cloud computing is the next topic. I hope the screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So now let us understand the difference. Okay, so you must have seen these two pictures. One is the office, one is the cloud infrastructure. Now, guys, suppose here we will take some examples. Suppose I want to open one office. Okay, so I have two options: either to have cloud infrastructure inside my premises, or I can use the cloud infrastructure by various service providers like Amazon, Google, or IBM. Okay, so I have two options. So which one is the best option is the point we are discussing here. Okay, suppose I'm planning to invest, suppose I'm planning to have cloud infrastructure. In cloud infrastructure, there are various things that are included. So high-end RAMs, processors, servers, various things are included. So in order to have those things in the, you can say inside the premises, I need huge investment. Okay, I really need huge investment in order to setting up the cloud infrastructure. But if I'm using the services by Amazon, Azure, or IBM, I have to pay as per use basis. If I'm using it, I'll pay. If I'm not using it, that will be a complete. You can say you can stop the services. Okay, one example is you can say the Google Drive, the Dropbox is some of the example we're going to discuss in the coming slides. So the second is allotment of space for servers. Okay, if I'm planning to use in the inside the premises, but if I'm using the services from Amazon, so I don't have to include these services inside my premises because Amazon and other service providers, they will be taking care of that, you can say, the services, this space. Okay, and to have various, you can say, if I'm planning to have the infrastructure inside the premises, then I have to have a dedicated team of technicians for maintenance and monitoring. But if I'm using the service providers, so they have to take care of the engineering team, the technician team. So I don't have to have a dedicated team. Amazon and other companies will going to have their own team. Okay. Exactly. Poor security, the possibility of poor security. If I'm having the infrastructure inside the premises, I may lack in, you can say, servers security. But these companies like Amazon, Google Cloud, IBM, they are highly secured, and they are certified by authorities. Okay, the next thing is difficult to transport into the new environment. Of course, if I'm moving from one office to another, it is very difficult for me to shift the entire infrastructure from one location to another. Whereas if I'm using the cloud services by various providers, I don't have to worry about the space, the mobility. I can use it from any, use it from anywhere, from any location. Here, a simple example of data transmission. Suppose if I'm taking a pen drive, okay, I'm having a data in the pen drive, okay, so that is available with me. But if I want to transfer the data to some of my colleague, it is not possible for me to transfer. I have to take the pen drive, to give that pen drive to colleague, so that colleague will go into copy. But if I'm using the services, cloud services like Drives, Dropbox, OneDrive, okay, so I can transfer the data at any point, at any location, to anyone. Okay, so don't have to be dependent on the pen drive. This is just an example. Okay, so there are two types of cloud computing. Remember this thing, there are types of cloud computing that we are discussing. One is deployment model and one is service model. Okay, so what happens when we talk about the deployment model? Okay, in deployment model, there are three services. One is public, one is private, and one is hybrid. Okay, why we are talking about these deployments? Because whenever you are deploying your IoT product, you need to think in that manner which deployment model you're going to use, whether you're going to use a public or a private or a hybrid. That is dependent on this specification. Okay, that's why we are discussing about these three models. So in public, it's equivalent to a metro or a bus. Okay, so various users will be available. So as long as you're utilizing this service, you will have to pay, and the cost is very less. Okay, because we are using public servers, and the authorities are Amazon AWS, Amazon, Microsoft Azure, IBM Cloud. Okay, so this is an example. Suppose I want to take the service. So this is the public service that are available, and I can take that service, and I have to pay very less. The private model. In the private model, the entire cloud infrastructure is owned by the organization. Okay, so so it will be complete. I am the single user. Okay, it's equivalent to a private car. Okay, it is equivalent to I have purchased a car. So the cost will be very high. In public transport, you can see cost is very less, and we are talking about the private. You can say I will have to pay a very high amount in order to have my private cloud. And the hybrid, which is widely used, is equivalent to having a rental car. As long as I'm using the rental car for 1 year or 2 years, I have to pay those services. Okay, so it is a combination of public and private. So more widely hybrid are used nowadays. The second is service model. Okay, in service model, there are three you can say models. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Okay, so in these three pictures, I guess you are able to clarify what are the three architecture, the three models that are available. Suppose I am going for a infrastructure as a service model. So I will be given a bare space. So what next? I will have to have a team. because this bare space will be managed by administrator. Okay, so I will have to create a team in order to develop a testing system, managed system, and in order to deploy the final product. So it is just a bare land example I'm giving, so that you can understand the difference between infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Okay, so it's a bare land that is given. When we talk about the platform as a service, so platform is as a service is equivalent to unfurnished home. Okay, so it is at least better than the bare land. So what happens is, now you have to have your own utensils, furnitures, interior designing, but the architecture is available. Okay, the third is software as a service. Now it is the combination of public and private. Okay, so in public and private, it is equivalent to a rental home. That means you have all the services. You have to pay as you're using the services. Okay, so monthly rental that we are paying, so it is equivalent. And here examples are like Gmail, Zoom, Drives. Here are the examples. You have the final product and you have to pay as a services. Okay, so these are the three things, and the final is the important component. Okay, so what is the important component that you have to take care? These are the five. We will not going in details. We are just going with the names. So first important components is hardware and database, so that you have the optimized and the required architecture that you are using. The second is storage and backup. Okay, the third is network, in order to make sure that you are using servers with low latency and high transfer speed. The fourth and one of the most important is security. You have to take care of authentication. The fifth is management tool like deployment and monitoring, like for example auto scaling. Now how it is connected to IoT. Suppose you are having 1,000 devices and you are not using auto scaling features. So what happens is, again you have to develop a new infrastructure. So you have to make sure that you're using auto scaling services if you are moving from 1,000 devices to devices in lakh. Okay, so if you're increasing the devices, so you should use auto scaling feature in cloud infrastructure in order to make elasticity in the server end. So everyone, these are the two examples that we were, I was saying, like there are certain products that we have developed in the field of IoT. Okay, so this is actually a driver drowsiness detection. A majority of the accident happens because of the two factors. One is the driver drowsiness, means the driver is about to sleep. Okay, he's dozed off, because if you're traveling from one location to another for 8 hours or 5 hours, you might feel sleepy. Okay, so this device is equipped with camera, okay, a speaker, a GPS, okay, and a 4G technology, and this is connected at the front of the driver. Okay, what it does is it monitors, the camera monitors your facial features, whether you are about to dozed off or about to sleep. Okay, and it detects you can say your gestures and alert the driver on immediate basis. So this speaker will make him alert like you're about to sleep, and with an immediate reaction will be there. With the GPS location, suppose a driver, there is a miss happening with the driver. So the GPS location with the video fed will be transferred to the server using 4G technology, so that you are aware of the situation. Okay, so this is the driver drowsiness detection system that we have created. Okay, the next is the IoT healthcare product. So everyone, this is the product that we have created. It is eHealthPot. Okay, so you all go for medical tests, like 72 medical tests or 92 medical tests, and the results are available in 24 to 48 hours. So what we have developed a system, and this system will going to give you the report in just 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, and it can test your it can test 72 medical tests. Okay, so this is very small, even smaller than the laptop, and it is very, very light. Even just the weight is around 1 kg, less than 1 kg. Okay, so what are the parameters that we can monitor? We can have ECG, we can measure the blood glucose, pulse oximeter, hemoglobin, blood glucose, IR thermometer, okay, hepatitis, pregnancy test, malaria, HIV, syphilis, typhoid, urine test. So there are various tests that you can perform in this device. Okay, and the data is transferred to the server for monitoring the health of a person. Okay, so this is the product, and it's deployed, and it is being used in various states as well as various districts. So this is a live project that are available in the market, and this is developed by our team. And now let us talk about the opportunities. So the scope of Internet of Things, medical and robotics is huge. Okay, whether you talk about defense sector, medical, consumer electronics, industrial warehouse, agriculture, education, security, automotive and transportation, and many more. Okay, so there are various opportunities in Internet of Things, robotics and AI. It's just you need to understand what sort of product that you're developing and whether that product will really going to help you in reducing some gap or increasing the market. So one example that I'm giving you, so I hope everyone is aware who is on the screen, it's Elon Musk. Okay, so in January 2020, okay, in January 2020, Elon Musk said in front of the entire US Air Force, the era of fighter jet is ending. So it was very, you can say, awkward situation for the pilots, because pilots were there and he's saying the fighter jets, the era of fighter jets is ending because drones are now in action. Okay, so this he said in January 2020, and in August 2020, what happens is the algorithms and the pilots are trained in very simulated environment with the help of electronics gadgets. Okay, so in simulated environment, you can see the algorithm beat F-16 pilot in dogfight. Okay, and it was a 5-0. You can see the algorithm, the electronics played such a major role that it beats a 5-0 to a human F-16 pilot. Okay, so you can see the algorithms, the electronics, it's such a strong thing that is created, and it has beaten the F-16 pilot, who are highly trained pilot, by 5-0. Okay, the next is first we have seen in defense sector. Now let us see in agriculture sector. The agriculture sector is expected to grow 2.6 million USD by 2025. Now, how you can optimize the agriculture with the help of technology? So you can increase with the help of with the help of sensors and wireless technology, you can improve the crop productivity, because you will come to know what is the condition of the soil. Okay, you can monitor using the soil moisture sensor. You can optimize the pest management, water management, and you can finally predict the realization of price realization for the farmer based on demand and supply. You can also control, you can also make damage control system in case of any fire. Okay, so you can optimize the entire crop field with the help of Internet of Things, with the help of various sensors like soil moisture sensor, leaf wetness sensor, fire detection sensor, and with the help of technologies, wireless technologies like Zigbee or GSM, you can transfer the data of the server and you can get the real-time condition of the agriculture. Okay, so guys, we have now come to an end of our presentation, but before that, I'll just showcase 2 videos. Okay, the product that is developed by us. Okay, so in this video, you will see what we are doing. We have created a system. Okay, a system called road monitoring system. So with the help of accelerometer, gyro, and magnetometer, GPS, as well as pressure sensor, and 4G technology, what we are doing, we are monitoring the condition of the road. Okay, whether the road is rough or whether the road is smooth. Okay, so that we can reduce the accident on the road. Okay, so with the help of that device integrated with accelerometer, gyro, and magnetometer, we are monitoring the tilt. Okay, so just have a look. I hope this is visible. Okay, so what we are doing, this is you can see the device is placed at the front of the windshield. So what we are doing, we are monitoring the rough, slope, normal, and turns. Okay, these are the you can say available on the screen. So I'm just playing the video. So if the road is fine, okay, if the road is fine, it will give the green color. Okay, and the red dots on the screen is the roughness, whether the road is rough or not. Okay, the green sign indicates whether the road is totally smooth, and purple line indicates there was a turn. Okay, so now you can see we are moving towards the bridge, and we have to now it's a slope. Okay, so slope is represented with yellow color because it is increasing. There is an inclination, and we are detecting, yes, there is a flyover and there are certain roughness on the road. Okay, so this is one example, and so you can see, yellow color you are seeing, okay, red dots, yellow dots, that means this area is in the form of inclination or declination. Okay, a similar way, this is we have tested outside our premises. Okay, this is similar thing, like to detect the roughness as well as smoothness of the road. Okay, so green sign indicates the road is smooth, roughness means red dots. Okay, purple and meandering are the two other factors that we are moving. Okay, so just have a look. So you can see when we are turning, they are purple and yellow. That means there was little bit inclination, and now we'll see the smooth road. Okay, which is indicated in green color. Okay, so this is just a video. This is a long video. So I just wanted to showcase how we can help. Now what we are doing, we are chasing the authorities in order to give them the demos, because it can really help anyone to reduce the accident rates. Okay, because of the, you can say, the potholes that are available in the roads, and those potholes we can detect and provide real-time data to the authorities to make the necessary actions. Okay. So, so now we have come to an end of our presentation. So any doubt, anyone so far? So just to give you the brief overview, what we have done, we have understood the Internet of Things. Okay, the Internet of, what is Internet of Things? What of the products that are available in Internet of Things? How life can be easy with the help of the technologies. What are the challenges? What are the opportunities in Internet of Things? Apart from that, brief introduction about AI and ML as well as cloud, because these two will play a role when we are talking about the Internet of Things in the coming time. Yes, everyone. Any doubt, anyone? They can unmute themselves, or you can use the chat also in case of any doubt.
Abhishek, sorry, participants, if you have any doubt, they can ask. Otherwise, I have doubt. I have one question, Abhishek.
Yeah, please tell me.
So, for this video processing kind of applications, which type of platform or which type of board we preferably use?
Video processing. Which video processing? Just wanted to.
You are showing the last video. In that, you are process the video. Means you capture the images, you process this image, and you show that on your road. The road is smooth, road is jumpy, or
correct.
So this kind of processing means what we select to use a Raspberry Pi boards or the high-end processor boards, or what kind of hardware is useful for this kind of applications?
Okay. So right now, what you can use various hardware, because first thing is very important that needs to be understand while we are creating the architecture, whether the controller or the processor that you have shortlisted will going to help you in developing your application. Suppose the data rate is very high, so you have to go into the Raspberry Pi and other processors. Suppose data speed is low, then you can move towards the controller level. So what we have done, we have used two controllers in this device. One is compute module of Raspberry Pi, because that can be used for deployment. Compute module, not the entire board, because board is used for POC or prototypes, but compute module is very small in you can say it is equivalent to a matchbox. Okay, it is very small, so you can use in that production. So we have used Raspberry Pi, and we also use a Node MCU as well as STM32. Okay, so these are the, like, we are global partners of ST Microelectronics, so we are also using STM32 controllers and their IoT solutions. Apart from that, if data rate is high, then we have to move towards the processor like Raspberry Pi, but the compute module of Raspberry Pi.
So compute model, can you elaborate this term? Compute model means what?
Yes. I'm just I'll just showcase my screen. So yes. So basically, you all must have seen Raspberry Pi like this.
Yes.
Okay. But this Raspberry Pi is just for testing or POC purpose. Like there are three stages of product development. One is POC. This can be used for POC. POC
Okay.
means whether your application is working or not. This is the first stage where you can use this board. But the other two stages include prototype and production or a final product. There you cannot use these boards because these are very bulky. Now the next step that Raspberry Pi has launched is these compute board. See this.
Okay.
This is very small. Okay, these are not like this bulky. These are very you can say very small boards.
Okay.
Okay, so
This board has the same feature as this Raspberry Pi.
Exactly. All these same features: GPU, processors, pinout for camera, USB, each and everything is there. But you can use in product, but in final product, don't use these bulky boards. These bulky boards. This is good for like prototype. This is good for giving demos. But if you're going for a final product, then recommendation is like don't go for this product. You have to you can use compute module.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the compute module. It is both the things are same.
Okay.
No difference, except it has provided some connectors. So it has provided certain pinouts. That is the only difference. See, these are the pinouts. You can see in this. These are the pinouts. So this is the only difference. Otherwise, each and every feature is same. Apart from that, like Raspberry Pi is one thing. You can also use ESP32 for the demo purpose. Okay, Arduino is like you must have heard of Arduino. So the Arduino, and there is one series called ESP32. So you can use ESP32 for demos for POC, because POC is the first stage. If your POC is clear, then you are very confident to go into the next field, that is prototype, and the final is final product. So these are
proof of concept, no?
Exactly, proof of concept. Yes, which is done on boards. Exactly, in order to get confident. Yes, I'm very clear with the my idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, any other participants have any doubt? Any need more clarification in any topic? So they can ask the question. They can ask through the chat box, or they can directly ask through this using microphone.
Anyone, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay.
So apart from that, for the healthcare and for biomedical application, we required a very precise processing, means the processing power. So that will mainly depends on type of processor, or that will be depends on algorithm. Yes.
In medical center devices, two things are very important. One is the sensor that you are shortlisting.
Okay.
That must be certified by some medical authorities. That is very, very important, because most of the medical products fails in certification because they are not using the standards and the certified modules. Okay. So first thing is sensor. Controller, you can use STM32 or any other controller because their data rate is not so high. Okay. But data transmission, you have to take care of the security, because medical, you can say medical, the data of medical is very, very private. So you have to take care of, you have to take care of the data and the encryption. Okay. And controller, you can use STM32 or processor. It totally depends on the data rate. So we have used STM32 as well as Raspberry Pi in our medical product.
Okay. So we have one question in chat box.
When
Madhu Kumar. Are you able to see this question?
Yes, I'm able to see. What is the scope of IoT for aiding navigation and energy? So EVs is different sector. In EVs, definitely there will be a scope of IoT. Apart from that, the navigation and energy meters. Now, what will happen if you see they are prepaid meters that are available now, and in meters, in energy meters, you are now able to see how much consumption that you have done in last 10 days or last 5 days. Okay, so in energy meters there is a huge scope, as well as in navigation, like car navigation. In EVs, there will be GPS, okay, and there will be wireless technology. The scope of IoT is everywhere, whether you talk about EVs, navigation, energy metering, or medical application, defense sector. Each and every sector requires an Internet of Things. Okay,
Okay.
yeah,
Any
okay,
other doubt from participants?
thank you. Okay, I
Okay. So
Okay, so in case anyone is having any doubt, okay, so I'm sharing my LinkedIn profile in the chat box, so that in case you have any doubt, so we can connect on LinkedIn in order to resolve those doubts. And in case any more details or any more information is required, we can get connected. And do let me know if there is anything that I can share it with you. Yes, Mr. Weber.
okay. So thank you, Abhishek Gupta sir, for accepting our invitation for delivering this nice, very nice talk, and the practical perspectives and the challenges and opportunity for the IoT systems. So you have shown us means the practical aspects and practical application which you have own developed for the IoT application. They are very interesting and very means motivating for the students and for participants to means they can build their own IoT systems if you learn means a very few commands and very few hardwares their own. So thank you so much, Abhishek Gupta sir, for
Thank you. Thank you.
nice, very nice talk and presentation.
Thank you. It was very interactive. And thank you, everyone, for joining this session. Okay. Thank you, Weber, for that wonderful introduction and helping and providing me to connect with the candidates and the other faculties.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care, everyone.
So participants, this is the end of 4th day and session 3rd. Now we be ready for the poll activity. So I have launched the poll now. You can answer the poll activity is live now. As I said that the poll activity as well as this Google form and the Google Meet software will use to calculate the total presence of the participant in the program. So this must require if you participated in poll activity or you participated in a Google form activity or you participated in Google Meet, then you definitely get the attendance for that day. So all of you are requested to please be participate in the poll activity. Tomorrow we have 3 different poll activities for each session. So all are requested to be present tomorrow at morning 9. So we'll start our session from tomorrow morning 9 to 10. Then we have a 10 to 11:30 motivation and meditation center session. Then we have a validity session. So we received the responses. We are live with the poll. Thank you, Tapesh. And I'm also requesting a few participants to share their feedback during this validity function. So they prepare their feedback. What you like most in this FDP programs and what you dislike in these FDP programs. Where are the point of improvement in these FDP programs? So you can share your thoughts. You can share your experience. during the validatory function. So I hope you have enjoyed a day, full of day for learning from the industry expert.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, sir.
So those who have participated in the poll activity and